Here's a couple of bits of origami, actually, which I picked up in the 1990s. This was from the Origami Society member, and this was a friend, James Dalgety, who loves origami. So those curious things, which is a letter which turns into its own envelope, a bit like those ones that used to be available where you'd have an email letter. You'd wrap it up once you've written it, lick it, and then that was it. Well, this one, you don't do that. If you want to seal this, you've got to put a little strip of sellotape down there to hold it. But it's all done from a single piece of paper, and I'll just unwrap it to show that's the case. This is an Origami Society member who gave this to me. That's where I'd actually write my letter there. And that's the address when it's finally wound up. Extraordinary idea. Very simple, very neat. And I love the idea of its simplicity too. But it does need a little sticker or something like that there just to secure it. Then a year later, and certainly just for a bit of fun, I've put a funny address on that. It's all about Mobile and Hoover, etc. It's a bit of fun. Friend James Dalgety sent me a much more serious version. This is big because it's much thicker. It's actually much slimmer, but it has to be an A3 sheet, which I'll undo in a minute. So that's the end result. Again, this one, it's tucked in very strongly there. You may get away with not putting any sellotape there to hold it or any tape, but otherwise you could put a bit in. But this is big, and to make a larger one, which I'll show in a second, you've got to have a A2 size piece, but this is very large bit of unfolding to do this. This is quite something intricate. It took me quite some time to actually master it because there was so many folds to it. But anyway, when the person receives this, they get all the fun of undoing the letter in order to get to the gubbins. This is something that Jerry Slocum used to send me when he was writing letters to me. Lovely man, who's I much miss now. It's a kind of letter like this, letter heading, but to actually write it, you wrote it like that, and your signature was at the very bottom there. So there he is, sitting on the top. That's an A3 sheet of paper. Here we are. There he is. A3 sheet of paper, and he's writing on a bit of paper. And when you finish your letter, which is the other way up, that's where you finally do your signature, your squiggle underneath your signature there. But the whole thing, which is all of an A3 sheet of paper, has to fold up into that envelope, which is that size there. So I took it one stage further when I actually wrote some of these out in the mid-90s, the thank you letters. I went to this size here, which is really big. That's I haven't even put a stamp on it. But this one is A2 paper. I'll just undo it, but I don't want to show my addresses. So, but it's the same construction. But this is enormous. There's much more thickness and folding in it than involved in the other one. Oh. Yes, I've got two A3 sheets, and I've made a huge A2 sheet of paper, all to go into the size of an envelope that you'd see normally. So a lot of fun, a lot of, I think I sent out about 12 of these or 15 of these of both sorts back in the mid-90s to friends and having a lot of fun doing it. So what I usually did is just write a tiny little letter on the bottom corner and leave the rest of it completely blank, just for a laugh, nothing like that. But I love the idea of an envelope coming out from a letter turning into an envelope as well. It makes a very, very clever bit of economy, I suppose.